Hello, and welcome to this case study right in the beginning of this course in this introduction section. So, in this particular lecture, we will talk about a challenging case study of an insightful practical solution that was designed by the company that can help you also master marketing strategy formulation and implementation excellence. So this is the case study of reviving a fading brand in the digital age, and the company is Fresh Fish Beverages Private Limited in the FMCG soft drink industry. And the challenge was the declining market share and poor digital alignment. And the task obviously was assigned to the marketing strategy head, right? So what was the background of the company? So Fresh Fizz was once a very popular local sparkling drink brand among Indian youth in the urban area. But in the past 5 years, when the case was written, it has lost about 40% market share due to aggressive competition from Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and new age energy and health drink startups. Despite loyal distributors, the brand's marketing strategy has stagnated in terms of it's still focusing on TV and print ads, weak digital presence, no clear brand differentiation, and outdated positioning. Cool drink for cool people. So the CEO asked the new marketing strategy head to reposition and relaunch the brand to regain relevance among Gen Z and millennials within 12 months. So that was the situation. That was the background of this case. So, what were the challenges identified by the marketing head? They identified five core challenges. First was unfavorable brand perception, seen as a old school and unhealthy. Second was the shift in the consumer preferences. Urban youth now has started preferring low sugar, natural, functional beverages, and there was the brand has no relevance in the digital area with weak online visibility, no influencer content strategy, and the pressure on distribution was building up with retailers giving priority to global brand, and the company had limited budgets, only 2 crores for entire marketing revamp. So these were the challenges that the company identified. Then let's take a look at the kind of framework that they use. So they used a very insightful solution framework in which the problem that we described to reach to the solution, they worked on getting the insights. So what did they do? Let's take a look at that. So as a step one, they started use this use the 3C 4P alignment model to re-strategize. The 3C standing here for company, competitors, and customers, and 4P as product, promotion, price, and place. Right? They're very basic model. That's where life is. I mean, if we can address the basics, things do happen better. And they analyzed and found that the company was with a local brand. Their brand was local with still with emotional contact and agile supply chain. Competitors were global giants like Pepsi, Coke, health drink startups like Paperboat, Raw Pressery, etc. And the customers were now health conscious Gen Z aged 18 to 25, wanting authenticity and eco-conscious value. So using this model, 3C, 4P alignment model, they developed a strategic insight, right? And what was the strategic insight? They figured that instead of fighting on coolness, they need to reposition Fresh Fizz as a feel-good, natural, sparkling drink, tapping into the refreshment plus wellness segment. So that was their positioning re-strategization. Right. So the next step was for them was to formulate the core marketing strategies. So obviously the positioning statement was Fresh Face, India's first naturally sparkling fruit drink that refreshes your mood and reflects your health, and that seemed to have promise of traction with Gen Z. And the core strategy pillars were they would reposition for health and authenticity with a new variant with 30% less sugar, use real fruit extract, and do eco-friendly packaging. Second pillar of their strategy was digital first marketing execution with 70% spent on digital media influencer collaborations, and gamified social campaigns using hashtags like FizzMood, uh, Fizz Your Mood Challenge. Third pillar was community-centric brand storytelling, in which they would partner with youth-driven NGOs for clean water campaigns and generate user-generated content for building authenticity. And then on distribution, they figured a hybrid distribution strategy of e-commerce launch on Blinkit, Swiggy, Zepto, and a digital local retail partnership with cafes and gyms would be their focus. So, like this, they reformulated their core marketing strategies. Then they developed a implementation roadmap for 12 months. In the phase month of first 3 months, they did research and rebranding. And the key things that they did was consumer insight, packaging revamp, redefining the tagline. And the KPI was, design all this for brand recall uplift by 10%. In the next 3 months, 4 to 6 months, months 4 to 6, they do digital launch and awareness campaign with influence marketing, digital ads, social contests, and, and the KPI was social reach of 5 million plus with a CTR of greater than 2.5%. And in the next 3 months, which is months 7 to 9, they did the retail and e-commerce expansion with placements in modern trade, e-commerce push, and the distribution KPI was plus 15% in online orders being 10,000 K. And the last 3 months they looked at advocacy and loyalty, and the basic key actions to the Fizz Points loyalty app, referral programs, and their whole KPI and objective was to repeat purchase rate of get 30% repeat purchase rate (RBR). Right. So this was their implemented roadmap that they adopted. And then they execute it. Now, execution is another key element of successful marketing strategy. So they did three P's of implementation in execution excellence framework. The first, they focused on people in terms of forming a cross-functional brand sprint team for speed and agility. Then they focused on process with weekly test, learn, scale, digital review cycles, and then they focused on performance by using marketing dashboards to track ROI, sentiment, and engagement in real time. So that's what they did in terms of execution. So what are the results after 12 months? Market share went up by 15%, 15% growth in market share. Digital engagement moved 250%. Consumer sentiment shifted from cheap soft drink to refreshing and natural drink. And the retailer confidence went up by 20% in terms of 20% higher reorder rates. So those were the results for after 12 months. What are the key insights for learners like you and me? The first one that we can say is marketing strategy or marketing excellence starts with strategy execution alignment. You cannot have a strategy which can be executed, and you can't execute that is not good. Great ideas fail without disciplined data driven implementation. So we need to align these two things very clearly. Second, the relevance beats heritage. Even established brands must evolve to match new customer values like health, sustainability, authenticity. In this case, we saw that. And digital transformation in marketing is not about the channels, but it's about the mindset. Fast iterations, data feedback, and community connection can build that modern brand power. And finally, the execution excellence requires cross-functional collaboration, not just creative campaign. So these are some key insights for you and me. So what do we do next now? We start this course now after having looked at the introduction and the introductory case. We will now get into some basics like starting with understanding of what is marketing. We will look at from many perspectives and define what is marketing. So thank you so much for watching this first case study in this course, Marketing Strategy Excellence. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.